Welcome to Virtually One. This meditational tool strives to help you to center yourself, to recall and renew your relationship with yourself, others, and the spiritual. Our time together will include a short reflection from a spiritual guide, followed by a time for self-meditation. Don't worry, you will be guided along every step of the path. So let's get started. Today we reflect on the words of Sister Doris Klein from her book called Journey of the Soul. There are times when no words or images can adequately describe those fluid places within, where we are at one with our deepest knowing, places where we connect with the divine womb of wisdom, places where even in the darkness we are held in love. Yet the rich imagery of water does touch our deepest and earliest memories of being, reminding us of our wordless beginnings of life. This fluid metaphor reflects the expansiveness of our intuitive way of knowing that we often hesitate to trust. The image of a panicky swimmer also comes to mind, mirroring our struggle to stay in the linear, verbal space of our head rather than dive into the lower realms of deep feeling and intuitive knowing. Because society has programmed us to trust our head and not our heart, we use dualistic judgment about intuitive insight and label it as unreliable and unquantifiable when compared to linear rational thought. When we support the minimization of intuition, however, we deny ourselves the benefit of some of our deepest wisdom. We resist relaxing into the space and allowing our fear to keep us from the richness of our balance. The vastness of these waters can be overwhelming, but to enter them is to sink more fully into the ocean of divine love, who offers us the expansive insight of our heart. Many secrets are held in the depths of our soul, often trapped under years of hiding. Sometimes there are many layers of shame and guilt that must be washed away before we are able to reach the core of truth. At times, however, the fury of our own emotions can deter us from exploring and giving voice to our inner truth. For example, hearing the old message that feelings can't be trusted and should be hidden from view. We too often let the fluidity of our tears frighten us. We were taught, after all, not to fall apart, to keep it together. Some of us have suffered so long with the old message that we are afraid, ashamed, and perhaps even unable to answer the question, what do I really feel? Yet, not to be attentive to these voices is to deprive ourselves of some of the most truthful insight held in the depths of our soul waters. Our soul, where we are most deeply connected with God, is often a wordless place of simply knowing what we know. It holds waves of insight, feeling, and wisdom, beckoning us to dive into the mystery of the intuitive. We often enter these waters through the mirrors given us by the poets, musicians, artists, and mystics who swim with us here. Their modeling and mentoring enable us to trust ourselves as we give voice to the artist, musician, poet, and mystic within ourselves. How many times have we seen or heard something that resonates with that place of knowing, causing us to weep or give us goosebumps? Were we not connected at some level with the sacred? With practice, we become more confident in our own wisdom as we continue to discover the treasures we hold here. The Beloved invites us to enter these soul waters and surrenders to the unconditional love that supports and sustains us. There, the voices are deep, intuitive knowing will provide us with all we need to continue our journey. As we now move into our self-meditation, take a few moments to find a place where you will be undisturbed. Feel free to sit cross-legged on a cushion or in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. Whatever your sitting position, make sure your back is straight but not too tense. Imagine a string from your tailbone pulling all the way up your spine to the highest point in your head. Now, softly close your eyes and breathe. Slowly and deeply with your hands rested either with palms up to receive or palms down to feel grounded. Your mind should follow the path of the breath going in and out of your nose. If you notice your mind drifting off, simply bring your thoughts back into your breath. Be the observer of your thoughts, but don't engage in them. The goal is to enter the gap, the space, where you are aware of yourself and what is around you, but your mind is not actually thinking anything. This awareness is your consciousness. It is your soul. Don't worry about the time. I will mind the time and let you know when our meditation has ended. It is time now to focus again on your breathing, becoming aware of the space around you. When you are ready, you may open your eyes. A few words to remember in your week ahead from Dr. King. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And as we close, remember that alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. Peace be with you.